So I've been on this kick for completing Easter eggs for the first time. I've been afraid of completing Easter eggs because of how difficult and complicated I perceive them to be. And this one I was really afraid of. So let's hop into the next chapter of my Easter egg adventure with Ancient Evil. I begin the game as I've done a million times before. Absolutely wreck the zombies at start. Grab the shield piece and survive that masterpiece that is activating the Sentinel artifact. I continue to open up the map, kill the Giganese, and search for the dormant hands. I find one and complete Gaia's hand. I build the shield and make my way to the underworld. At this point I haven't found that many hand locations, which is annoying, but I move on to building the Pegasus Strike and building up points. I decide I might as well test my luck with completing these challenges, since that's how you have to start the Easter egg, and while doing that I build and upgrade the Hand of Charon and open up the Pack-a-Punch. After totally not looking up a guide on the last few hand locations, I complete the Hand of Oranos, which in the following round I upgrade in the most efficient way I've ever done. Felt pretty good about that. At this point I have one epic reward and just need a legendary. I'll be honest, this was my least favorite step of this Easter egg. These challenges are RNG, and it just doesn't feel satisfying to complete random challenges to start doing what you actually want to do. For example, I have to defend this bridge on round 14. So yeah, I went down, and then popped an undead man walking because I genuinely do not care about using mega elixirs. I love them, and I think they're great. I finally got the legendary reward and made a mad dash to the reward station. From here, these steps were honestly fairly straightforward. Caught the spear on fire, lit all 3 oil spills, grabbed the Hand of Charon, and started the Spartan step. This one was pretty fun. It was way easy and a super cool use of the geometry. Pretty genius too, because if you stand in the Hand of Charon, it's difficult to zombies to touch you, so it's pretty safe too. Nice work, Treyarch. After that, I realized I still needed the Hand of Hemera, so I grabbed the last hand and easily went down, because I suck. Then I returned to throwing spears and gears, and it really wasn't as hard as literally every single YouTube video makes it out to be. The last one though, I can see that being hard, but at least there's a consistent strategy to make it work. The Gaia hand step, this one was also really easy. You just shoot the things. Luckily, this spawns in another Giganese because we need that for the next step, which was getting it to shield bash this crystal and then killing it for its spear. And now we're getting to the challenging part. So naturally, I'm going to procrastinate and finally upgrade the Hand of Hemera. That was fun, but we gotta move on. Placing the spear in this device starts a fun mini game where you need to kill an electric catalyst and then lock the blue symbol on the correct place. Like I said, I'm not afraid to use mega elixirs. I popped an in plain sight for the first round and then used my Pegasus Strike on the last one. I'm not gonna lie, I was really excited to complete this step, but I knew what was coming up. One of the hardest Easter egg steps in all of Call of Duty Zombies, the Ra defense step. I placed my hand in Ra's hand. That sounds weird. The defense began. A skeleton blocked the beam, and the step failed. Totally not on purpose. I round up the zombies, making sure not to kill any one of them, grabbed the hand again, and restarted the process. I was just so overwhelmed by the challenge. I just had to get out of there. I couldn't take it anymore. I ran away, far away, for at least 60 seconds. And the game must have felt bad for me, because when I gathered up my strength and returned, the step was complete, totally legit. And I have absolutely no shame in cheesing it. I'll do it legit later. One cool animation later, and we're at everyone's favorite hit your mark step. It's really fun. I don't know exactly why we're doing it, but it's really fun. At this point, I'm grinning ear to ear. This has been remarkably more enjoyable than I ever could have thought. I make my way down to the underworld and input the code to the door and watch the cutscene. I know you guys might not care, but I was so giddy to see this for myself. After that, I raised the crossbow, lit it on fire, and got boss fight ready. This boss fight was pretty tough. There was a lot of stuff to track. Zombies constantly spawning, Pegasus dropping those electrical crystals that last forever, and Perseus hurling spears at you. It wasn't as overwhelming as I thought it was going to be. It was quite balanced and fair. But let's remember, I suck. And despite my best efforts, I popped my dying wish. My heart was racing. I didn't have any more lives. I got off that island and made my way to another. Keeping my eyes out for zombies and Pegasus, I forgot about Perseus, and he absolutely folded me with a perfectly thrown spear. I went down. But I wasn't alone. The Oracle was with me. She granted me one final life to complete this quest. And this isn't the first time that she has helped me. No, this isn't sarcasm. This is an actual game mechanic on Ancient Evil. Earlier, she opened up a door that I didn't have enough points for, and she allowed me to keep one of my perks after I first went down on the bridge. But this was it. I couldn't fumble this one any longer. I downed Pegasus, and apparently did enough damage to take out the third island. I kept my eyes on my health, trying to be conscious to stay out of Pegasus's way while gaining back my specialist. I nearly lost it all again, but luckily I popped an in plain sight and saved myself. Whew. I downed Pegasus for the last time, and I was on the final phase. Perseus. Dodging his spears were easy without any distractions, but the window of opportunity they give you to do enough damage to him is much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Knowing this was my last life, I used another undead man walking and waited for him to teleport. I light him up with my Spitfire and then go to town on him and the Giganese with my hammer. Again, that sounds kind of weird. After regaining my specialists, I see him teleport again and I go for gold. I pop another in plain sight and just focus on him. Pop my specialist and... No! It cannot be! I got him. I won. I took a moment to appreciate this beautiful atmosphere. The rain, the mountains, the moon. It is beautiful. I pick up the key and watch the ending cutscene. I'd seen it many times before, but there's absolutely nothing like watching it on your own game, earning it for yourself. Overall, this was a much easier Easter egg than I thought it was going to be. Dead of the Night had a lot of part locations to memorize, so I appreciate Ancient Evil having a more streamlined and consistent pacing. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the starting step to completely challenges, but it's not exactly difficult. And one day, I'm sure I will try to legitimately complete the Raw Defense. This was incredibly fun, and I seriously will never look at Ancient Evil the same way again. This was way easier than I thought it was going to be, and I cannot wait to do it again. But maybe not going down like 5 times? This Easter egg journey has given me an incredible perspective on all of these maps and how they are developed. But more than anything, I want Chaos to come back. We need an ending to this story. It can't just end like this. You don't just get to end things when they're only halfway completed. You don't just get to end things with no warning and completely unexpected.